Hello, good evening, East Africa. Good evening, Uganda, Kampala. Good evening, everyone, and good morning, good afternoon to the rest of the world. We are back with our webinars, and today we have a very special guest. You can tell from her smile, Dr. Sumaya, Dr. Sumaya Huidi, and she's going to take us through a very important and fruitful session, inshallah. Dr. Sumaya, can you say hi to everyone?
Hi, everyone. I'm really happy to be with you
Okay.
and to share with you.
Yeah. We are happy to be with you, Dr. Sumaya. For those who do not know Dr. Sumaya, she's a university professor, a PhD in biology and neuroscience. She's also a certified coach and the president of Excellencia International Institute, North Africa chapter. So today I'm bringing the president herself to talk to you about important matters like I promised. Dr. Sumaya, everyone is watching you. East Africa is watching you. Uganda, I can see people are already saying good evening. Let us begin with that. Good evening, mashallah, I'm following. There is another one is saying hi. So people are greeting you. All our followers, I promise you that by the end of this session, we shall have benefited very much. Now I will take this opportunity to invite Dr. Sumaya to tell us what we have today. Dr. Sumaya?
Thank you, Ashraf, for this kind invitation. I'm really happy and glad to be with you to share with you a very important topic, I hope.
Yeah, it is.
That, so why we choose this topic? Because we are on the cusp of the fourth industrial revolution. So by 2020, the fourth industrial revolution will have brought us advanced robotics and autonomous transport, artificial intelligence, machine learning, advanced materials, advanced biotechnologies, and genomics. So today, it is not science fiction if we talk about self-driving cars, artificial intelligence, or virtual reality. They are no longer science fiction. This is the reality of our future, and the future is almost here.
The future is almost here. I like that. Okay.
So these developments will transform the way we live and the way we work. Some jobs will disappear, others will grow, and jobs that don't even exist today will become commonplace. So what is certain is that the future workforce will need to align its skill set to keep pace.
Okay. Well, that is quite a wonderful introduction. I mean, what I have understood from your introduction is that we have things changing right now. What we used to call science fiction is no longer science fiction, it is the reality. And definitely as a result, life is changing, and some jobs are going to be lost and other jobs are going to be created. And this is why it is important to talk about this topic. Did I understand you right, Mrs. President?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And what is the topic that we are talking about?
So we will talk about the question, what skills we need to thrive in the brave new world?
Okay.
When we look toward the futures, this is the main question that raises. So, what is the most important skills that we have to master for the next decades?
Okay.
In order to have a successful career, in order to succeed in job when we apply for job.
Okay.
So today, yes.
Please go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So the topic of today is about soft skills that we absolutely need for the next decade. So by 2020.
Okay, and I've had this topic, I've taught it myself, you've taught it yourself, but maybe to our viewer, we may need to first of all explain a little bit about soft skills. What are soft skills and how can we differentiate them from the hard skills?
Very good question. So soft skills are considered now as the foundation for a successful career in the next generation of jobs. What is the difference between soft skills and hard skills? So the soft skills relate to intangible qualities and are often an inherent part of one's personality. So, which bring about characters, traits, and qualities. For example, how to resolve conflicts effectively, how to communicate efficiently. So it refers to attributes like collaboration, agility, and communication. And some propose to move from soft skills to essential skills because they are really important. However, hard skills are the teachable abilities or skill sets that are easily measurable. In another way, so we define hard skills as the technical abilities that fit the job. As marketing skills, as for example, mathematics, financial modeling, etc. So normally we can acquire hard skills in the classroom or in online courses or through books or other materials.
Okay.
And the other question, Ashraf, is?
Yeah, I mean, because we wanted our viewers to first of all understand what soft skills are and how are they different from the hard skills. And in your explanation, you mentioned something that really caught my eye. It caught my attention. You said that it would even be better to call them essential skills. Instead of calling them soft skills, it is better to call them essential because you cannot succeed even if you are the best at hard skills, but without soft skills, you will not be able to achieve your goals. You will not be able to succeed. And since we are talking about career development in the coming year, I mean 2020 and beyond, You're looking at a generation where technology is taking over. The skill we need to master are the soft skills, actually, because the hard skills, I have a feeling they are going to be taken away by the technology. So I believe right now, our viewer, and I remind our followers that if you have any question, don't wait till the end. You can just come in and ask your question. Dr. Sumaya will respond to the question, and we shall be able to interact like all of us. Dr. Sumaya, right now, we know what soft skills are. You have given some examples, and we are going to look at other examples in the coming as our webinar goes on. And but before we proceed, we need to check with our followers to see what they are saying. There is a message. Who is that one? Fado, I think she was inviting someone, right? And let us see. Fadwa is saying hi, Sumaya. You should say hi to Fadwa.
Hi, Fadwa.
Then there is Muhammad Sisi. Muhammad Sisi is from West Africa, and he's saying he's following. We have someone else from Uganda softly following. So I think they have no questions, and so far so good. And after explaining the soft skills, now we understand what they are. Why do they matter? Maybe we can talk about why really soft skills matter. Why are they important? Because if we do not stress this point enough, I'm afraid people might take the topic lightly, but we need to really talk about the importance. Why soft skills at this era, at this time?
Yes. So, why soft skills are important? Let me tell you some percentage. So, 77% of companies say soft skills are just as important as hard skills. 16% of companies say soft skills are more important than hard skills. 63% of all jobs will be skills incentive by the next decade, so by 2030. 92% of executives say that skills are equally important or more important than technical skills. So soft skills are equally important or more important than technical skills. 89% of executives say that it is difficult to find people with soft skills. So it is a big matter. It is an important skill, highly requested for the next decades.
Okay. I mean that the statistics are really very clear, and they scare us. I don't even know how the soft skills came about, because for something to be so important, I'm wondering where we should go and learn it. I don't know where people should go and acquire these skills. I don't know how it became so important, because I think, Dr. Sumaya, if we can also talk about the evolution of these soft skills. I mean, were they always important?
Yes. So I will tell you the story of soft skills. So the first time that we heard about these soft skills, it was go back to the 70s. and which included a definition in the US Army, where a soldier would need hard skills to read a map and soft skills to make a decision after reading the map. So therefore, both hard skills and soft skills are needed to effectively execute a task or to execute a job.
Okay.
Which is important to know that the skills needed by employers do not remain static. So soft skills are constantly evolving. And I will show you the evolution between 1972, okay? And then I will show you the top 10 soft skills requested and required for 2020.
Okay.
So
this is very important. I'm anxious. I want to hear about that because from 1972 to 2020, I mean, we need to see what has been happening here, and most importantly, we need to see what are these. I mean, the most essential soft skills that we need for 2020 and beyond. So please go ahead.
So in 1972, in the workplace, soft skills were centered around being a good, dutiful employee. So what are soft skills? Soft skills are to deliver excellent customer service, to adapt to your workplace, to please your manager, and to learn and know the skills of your job. So the hard skills, the technical skills.
Okay.
And according to the last report from the World Economic Forum, so this future of job report revealing the top 10 skills you will need by 2020. So are you ready to know that skills?
I mean, of course, we want to know these skills. Maybe I should listen to the followers. And let me see if there is a question. Mustafa Sila, this one is from Mali. And he's saying Mumtaz Jiddan. Our followers, I forgot to tell you that Dr. Sumaya is Arabic speaking. So she speaks Arabic and speaks French, and now she's challenging me in English. I mean, what can I? Okay, or maybe you should speak Arabic and French. I don't know, but no, you should speak English because our viewers mostly are English speaking. So there is another comment here, Dr. Sumaya requesting to list down the soft skills, and we are going to do that. We are going to list the soft skills, Mr. Huzaifa. Okay, there is a question here. What are the features of soft skills? I do not know. How do you understand this question, Dr. Sumaya? Muhammad Sisa is, what are the features of soft skills? How can you respond to that?
What are
the features? I don't know, it may characteristics or I don't know. I think he wanted to ask what are how do you know a soft skill? And we had, I think he has come in late. We had already discussed the difference between hard skills and the soft skills. And we said hard skills are mostly technical. Mr. Muhammad, I hope you are watching and listening.
Mhm.
Hard skills are technical in nature, so we require you to be the best at marketing. We require you to be able to be a good engineer. I mean, at your work, at the technical bit of it. And Dr. Sumaya said that when we talk about soft skills now, we are talking about things that are to do with your personality, improving your
Mhm.
way of understanding things, how you talk to people, how you negotiate, how you communicate. So we are talking
How you
about the
collaborate. Yes.
yeah, how you collaborate. So that is how you know a soft skill. It is not something out here physically, but it is very essential for success. And maybe to remind our viewers, Dr. Sumaya also mentioned that in 1970, when the wars were happening, we had those who were better at holding guns and those who were better at keeping the team together. So we see that we need both skills to be able to pull off a job. And actually, we have statistics that show that the soft skills are becoming more important. Why? Because as the technology advances, most of the technical work is being taken up by the technology. And what is remaining is that which makes up a human. What are your qualities? So this is what we are talking about. I hope that summarizes the answer for your question, Mr. Muhammad. And yeah, I think it is okay for him. Dr. Sumaya, someone is watching, Mahad is watching from Istanbul. I mean, you should say hi to Mahad. I mean, I think I know Mahad. Yeah. So now that people are tuned in, and now that people are clear about what soft skills are, I
Mhm.
think it is time. I think we are ready to know
Ouais.
the 10 most important soft skills for 2020, because I mean the year is just tomorrow. Today is 30th.
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Sumaya. So what are these skills, please?
Okay, so I will tell you the list of the top 10 skills in 2020. So I will begin by the skill number 10.
Oh,
Uh,
you're beginning from number 10.
yes.
Some of us were waiting for you to start with number one. Okay. All right.
So the skill number 10 is cognitive flexibility. It is about mental gymnast. So cognitive flexibility is how quickly and easily you can swing between different systems or of thought. So how you can flex your cognitive muscles by learning new things and in particular learning new ways of thinking.
Okay.
So we have to expand our interests to read outside of our comfort zone and embrace people who challenge our world views.
Okay.
The second, no, the skill number 9 is negotiation. So we have to be a good negotiator.
Okay. Dr. Sumaya, before we go to, are you going to come back and explain, or we can ask some questions now? Do you want to
Sorry?
do you want to first mention the skills and then you come back and explain, or we can ask about the cognitive flexibility?
Yes, yes, of course.
Yeah, because I believe the word cognitive might be new to some of our followers.
Mhm.
What does it mean? I mean, when we talk about cognitive abilities, cognitive flexibility, the word cognitive, what are we talking about in this case? Hello? Okay, as we wait for Dr. Sumaya to come back, when we talk about cognitive flexibility, the word cognitive, we are talking about the brain, okay? Your ability as a person to reason, your ability to take in new thoughts, your ability to think, to consider other people's opinions, because most of us are so fixated. We suffer some sort of tunnel vision, like when something is happening to us, we try to interpret every situation through that tunnel vision mindset. Now, when we talk about cognitive flexibility, we are talking about your ability to listen to others and try to understand their views, their own perspective. So this is a skill, according to Dr. Sumaya, and she's coming back to even throw more light on it. This is a skill she believes is very important. And it's not only her, it is the World Economic Forum that ranked these top 10 soft skills. So a person to succeed in 2020 and beyond, you will definitely need, okay, to have these skills. You will definitely need to develop and grow your cognitive flexibility. Remember, when we talk about cognitive flexibility, we are not talking about cognitive abilities, okay? Because there are skills and ways to grow your cognitive abilities, but also what matters here is not how sharp you are, but how flexible you are to take in new ideas, to listen, to view things differently. That is what we are talking about here. And maybe before we go ahead, I would love to check in with our viewers to check if there are any questions before Dr. Sumaya comes back to talk about other technical issues here, other soft skills rather. Saddam, you're saying you're on. Zuleika, we are ready. Thank you. Let me see. All right. All right. We regret to, we are sorry for that unseen challenge, but I'm trying to communicate to the doctor and she will soon be here. Remember, we are with Dr. Sumaya, who is a university professor and also someone who has spent a lot of years handling and dealing with students, with youths. She's a professor of biology and neuroscience and also a certified coach. So she's a professional person who can help us understand especially these issues, and also the president of Excellencia International Institute in North Africa. And for those who do not know, who did not know about Excellencia International Institute, it is a coaching, training, and consultancy institute, which is all over Africa and some parts of Europe. Okay, and I think Dr. Sumaya is. I think Dr. Sumaya is back.
I'm sorry, I'm back. I had a technical problem. I'm so sorry.
No, now we can use the soft skills to beat the technical bit. I think we have solved the technical part. Now we need to use our soft skills to calm down, and it's okay. I think our followers are very patient, and as you went off, Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I hear you, yes.
Yes, yeah, I mean, as you were
So,
aware, I was trying to explain to them the difference between cognitive flexibility and cognitive abilities.
yes,
So I told our viewers that we are talking about the flexibility and not the ability. The ability is something else. I mean, you can have other ways to grow your cognitive abilities, but here what we mean is the cognitive, your ability to adapt, your ability to understand
yes.
another person's perspective, so they should not confuse the two. Now you can pick up from there, Dr. Sumali. The floor is yours.
Yes, yes. So it is about mental gymnast. The cognitive part is about the process, the mental process, and the cognitive flexibility is about uh, gymnast of this mental process. So
Okay.
how to adapt, how to swing between different systems and thoughts. So to be flexible to in many conditions.
I think, Dr. Sumaya, you are the example of someone with cognitive flexibility. I mean, you're a university professor, you're in biology, you're in health, and you're in coaching, and you're a president. So I think you have this ability to just jump, and I don't know how you exercise
Yes,
that.
to challenge myself, to challenge ourselves.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
this is the
Please,
aim.
please go ahead.
Yes. So the skill number 8 is service orientation.
I think we are still talking about skill number 9, negotiation.
It's negotiation, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Please.
So negotiation is how to be a good negotiator. The skill number 8 is about service orientation. It is defined as the ability to actively look for ways to help people having strong service orientation skills is all about shining a spotlight on consumers and uh, anticipating what their needs will be in the future.
Oh, okay. So we are looking at your ability to study the consumer and predict and
Yes,
anticipate what they might need
yes.
in the future.
Mhm.
Okay. That
Uh,
is really brilliant. I don't know if I'm a good negotiator, but I can try to predict something here. I am predicting that 2020 and beyond, people are going to need to be good negotiators. How is that?
Sorry?
I'm saying that negotiation, if it is about your ability to study the people and the consumer and how they will and anticipate what they might need later, then this should be a very important skill, really.
Mm. Then, donc, the skill number 7 is about judgment and decision making.
Okay.
So, the ability to make a sound judgment call and to knack for strong decision making. This skill is forecast to move up the list for the next decade.
Okay, so Dr. Sumaya said that today we are going to be talking about these skills in general, and in the coming sessions we shall be explaining each skill in detail, right?
Yes,
Okay, so she's talking about judgment and decision making. Okay, and this is actually very important. Your ability to make a very informed and fast decision, your fast judgment. Okay, and I find this very interesting and very important. I don't know what our followers are saying, but so far, no question. Joelia, you have just joined, but you can always rewatch, no worries. We are talking about soft skills, and don't worry, we're still on track. We're just on number 7, which is judgment and decision making. Please, Doctor.
The skill number 6 is about emotional intelligence, which is considered as the other kind of smart.
The other kind
of smart.
Okay.
So it's that intangible skill that helps us to master human emotions and measures how adept we are at adjusting our behavior depending on the mood of a colleague, a mood of a partner, family member, or even our own internal feelings.
Okay, I mean, these are all very powerful insights because the way I understand emotional intelligence is just like you've stated, is your ability to understand and interpret other people's emotions out here. Then your mindfulness of your own emotions. I mean, how you feel and how you handle yourself. And this has not been very common in our communities, Dr. Sumaya. Let me tell you this. Most of us traditional schools focus on the IQ. I mean, we are looking at the intelligence quotient, but now emotional intelligence is something really not so common and something new, yet it is very important because I personally, I have seen very bright people upstairs, but they have failed because they could not know how to handle emotions, how to read other people, and how to relate. So I think this is really very important.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the skill number 5 is coordinating with others. It is a matter to be a good team player. So collaboration is crucial in any work environment, and this is something that thankfully humans are still better than robots.
Okay. I mean, now that you have actually mentioned about it, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, robots will not be able to compete with us when it comes to this. So I think everyone who wants to succeed and not to compete or to outperform technology, here you are. I mean, this is the human, totally human skill.
Mm.
Okay.
Indeed,
All
yes.
right. Okay.
So now we will move from a good team player to a good team leader, and the fourth soft skill is about people management. It's vital in the future. Managers and the team leaders know how to motivate their teams to maximize their productivity and respond to their needs.
Okay. So I mean,
Uh,
do you also, Professor Sumaya, do you also realize that it is becoming harder to manage people these days?
yes,
I
yes,
don't know.
of course.
I find
But
it.
we have,
I really find it very one of the challenging things, and one of the things we need to work on. Your ability to manage others, not control others, but the ability to bring the best out of people. So we are talking
Okay.
about your leadership muscles, and being able to lead
Yes.
others, being able to lead yourself to success, others to success, lead others to perform to their best. So this is really a very important skill, right?
And
Can you?
the third one. So the third one is a very important one. It is about creativity. So with the advance of new product, new technologies, and new ways of working, employees are going to have to become more creative in order to benefit from these changes.
Mm,
Robots may help us get to where we want to be faster, but they can't be as creative as humans yet. So, creativity is predicted to become a key skill in the future. So before you dismiss yourself as a non-creative person, remember that creativity is not the exclusive domain of art types like musicians or writers. So we should be creative for the next decade.
okay. You know, I was watching some dialogue between Elon Musk and this Jack Ma of Alibaba, and they had this argument between the creativity of a human compared to the
Yes.
creativity of the computers. Elon Musk was like, the computers and the robots are more creative, and Jack Ma was like, no, humans are more creative. So I believe you agree with the founder of Alibaba that humans are more creative. We just
Yes.
need to do it a little more focused, then we become even more creativity. I think in the coming webinars, we shall have to explain how someone can grow more creative. Are there some tools? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, please.
The skill number two, the second
Okay.
one is about critical thinking. So, being a critical thinker will still be a valued skill set in the next decade. Critical thinking involves being able to use logic and reasoning to interrogate an issue or a problem, consider various solutions to the problem.
Okay. So
Okay.
why is it going? Because we have technology, right? Why is it still important for
Mhm.
us to develop this skill? And someone would say that we shall not need to think anymore in the future, right? Because if we are having technology advancing, someone would just say, come on, we shall not need to think because technology will do everything. I mean, we have softwares, we have everything. Why would we need this skill?
But we still interrogate big issues and big problems that need solutions. So we have to be able to use our logic and our reasoning.
Okay. So we cannot do away with reasoning. I mean, computers are not going to free us as we thought.
No.
Well, that is bad news, but we shall try to catch up. Okay.
And so we arrived to the top of the list. The top one soft skill for 2020 is about complex problem solving. So it is the most desired skill to have by 2020. The complex problem solving ability. So it is about having.
I mean, why is it so important? I mean, what is it and why is it important?
Because we have many incomplete, contradictory, and evolving requirements, like to think to climate change, poverty, terrorism. So we have complex problems to solve, and this skill is in hot demand for the future. So it is about having the mental elasticity to solve problems we've never seen before, and being able to solve them in a landscape that's changing at breakneck speed and getting more complex by the minute. For example,
yes, please go ahead, please.
So, for example, as mentioned in the last report of the World Economic Forum, so they say that more than 1/3, 36% of all jobs across all industries are expected by our respondents to require complex problem solving as one of their core skills. So it is really a skill that will be in hot demand by 2020.
Wow. I think we have a very big job to do. I mean, in order to develop these skills. I mean, yeah, and for sure, talking about complex problem solving, I mean, every single soft skill we have just mentioned could take webinars and seminars to grow and to develop. So I would love to remind our viewers that this is why Excellencia International Institute is here. So we are the people who can help you grow every single skill. I mean, each of these skills. So in case you find that you're weak at a certain skill and you may need to advance and there is always room to improve, you can always reach out to Excellencia International Institute and see what we can do. You can also keep on watching these webinars and following the other pages so you can keep learning, because we have talked about cognitive flexibility as one of the skills, and you cannot develop all these skills without someone to help you. So Dr. Sumaya, I think there is a let me see. There is someone who is watching. She's like, I think this needs to be explained in details. Okay, I mean exactly what we are talking about. And at the beginning of the webinar, Dr. Sumaya introduced and said, today it is about introducing these soft skills, talking about soft skills, the evolution of soft skills, how they differ from hard skills. And then we shall be doing webinars in the near future about each skill and trying to explain each and every skill in detail. So, Madam Zulaika, it is your concern has been heard. Thank you very much. So, Dr. Sumaya, I think we are coming to a conclusion because we are 49 minutes into, I mean, our webinar down the road, and how can we make a summary of today's topic, soft skills, why they are important, and try to list them very fast, such that those who have come in late can also at least pick a leaf.
So, as I said in the beginning, so the future is almost here. There are big changes in jobs, employment. So, if I have what a take-home message for you, so if you want to get ahead in your career in 2020, you have to adopt a growth mindset that should be at the top of your priority list, because having a growth mindset will for sure englobe all that soft skills. So adopting growth mindset is the most important soft skill for career success. So we have to learn again and again. We have to think out of the comfort zone. We have to be flexible and never give up.
Yeah, that is very important. That is very important. I mean, it becomes very beautiful when after everything we go back to faith. I mean, you have to believe that you will make it.
Mm.
And I agree with you, Dr. Sumaya, about the growth mindset, because without it, you will not learn anything more than you have. And clearly, we have just predicted what might happen in the future. Someone who is not ready to learn, someone without a growth mindset, might not survive, because the world is becoming very, very chaotic. Technology is taking over. Humans are now even more confused, because they can no longer trace or track their emotions. They can no longer understand a number of things. So really, the growth mindset is quite a very good takeaway. Yeah. So thank you very much, Dr. Sumaya.
Thank you.
It has been an honor to really have you here on this webinar. Do you want to say hi to your French-speaking community?
Yes, I want to wish them a happy New Year 2020. Many success and happiness and health and every good things and the growth mindset. So I will tell them in details everything about the 10 soft skills by 2020.
All right. I think you have these people who can only understand Arabic. ايش رايك تسلمين عليهم؟
بالعربي؟
اللي يشاهدينك من تونس ومن نورث افريكا يعني.
نتمنى لهم عام سعيد وكله فرحة وبكله نجاح وصحة وعافية إن شاء الله وسلام على العالم إن شاء الله الكل.
جميل يعني. We are sorry our viewers, but we had to do that. Dr. Sumaya is she's the president of Excellencia North Africa, which is predominantly Arabic speaking. We had to say hi to them so they cannot feel left out. Thank you very much for being here, Dr. Sumaya.
Thank
we are
you.
We're hoping to have you next time, inshallah.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
All right, Dr. Salam.
Bye. Salam.
مع السلامة.